Hi y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel, Little Ways, Little Things. It's been a couple of days since I've uploaded. After Thanksgiving, I caught a massive head cold and I just haven't been able to shake it. But I'm definitely on the upswing now and getting ready for Christmas. So while I was unpacking today, I ran across this little plastic Santa. He is so cute. He is honestly one of my very first memories of Christmas. I don't know if my parents got him before I was born or shortly after, but one of my first and best memories of Christmas is having him sit underneath the tree every year. He lights up, and we have changed his little cord a couple times to keep up with safety standards, but I will never forget him, and he'll always be under my tree. I do sometimes like to shake things up. I love those old memories, but I do like to shake things up. And the last couple of years, I've been experimenting with different kinds of tree toppers. Now, usually for tree toppers, we used to use a star or an angel. One year we had a little Santa that looked like a gnome, just things that you can set on top of the tree. And sometimes they light up and sometimes they don't. But I started seeing different ways that people were using deco mesh and ribbon and different types of picks to go on top of their tree, and so like kind of adding a little height to the tree and adding a little interest to the very top. So I thought I'd try experimenting with it. About 2 years ago, I started with an all brownish kind of burlap tree, and I used a topper that actually had this pick, and the ribbon looked like this. So you can see like the tree would have been in front of it, and then there were a couple of these picks with this burlap ribbon that's a little bit shiny. It was really gorgeous and I really loved it. So if you want to give it a try, all you need to do is find some of these picks. This particular one I think came from Hobby Lobby. You can get them from Joann's, from Michael's, from Walmart. I found this really whimsical one at Dillard's one year in their after Christmas sale, and I snatched it up, and I have used it twice. I used it last year on one of the smaller trees, and then year before last on the bigger tree. They come in all shapes and sizes and colors. Here's one that has some Christmas ornaments on it. You see how they're just long picks. That's what they call them, picks. Here's one that's kind of crazy, kind of crazy. And then here's a plain one, and you can see that you can kind of layer them different ways depending on how elaborate you want to do your tree. I would kind of put that in the front there, and then put a really fun festive bow on top, like maybe using this sparkly ribbon. This ribbon actually came from Dollar Tree, so it doesn't have to be expensive. But I'm going to go through and show you how I did 2 of my trees, and I just hope that inspires you to maybe try something different with your tree this year. Maybe some different color schemes or different ornaments, or maybe try one of these toppers for yourself. So I don't think they're hard. They usually take about 15 minutes. You need the picks, the ribbon, and some zip ties. And really that's all there is to it. The first thing that you want to do is locate the center pole of the tree. And I'm using a ladder because this is a 7-foot tree, but I go up the ladder and just grab the center pole and kind of go upwards. At the top of the pole, they have one branch that usually sticks straight up. Sometimes it has a light around it if it's a pre-lit tree, and sometimes it doesn't. But I usually start arranging the picks around that one center branch that sticks straight up. And I find that it's easier to do an odd number of picks at a time. And then once I get them kind of arranged the way I want, I use a plastic zip tie to go around all of the picks and that center branch of the tree. So I hold them with one hand and then go around the center branch of the tree with the zip tie, and I kind of arrange it so that the zip tie is almost tight but not quite, because that gives me a little bit of room to kind of keep maneuvering things. And at the very end, I'll just pull the zip tie tight and everything will be secure around that center pole. Now I'm using one zip tie for the burlap curlicues and those frosted branches, but when I start adding other picks, in this case I'm going to add some frosted red berries and some plain red berries, and when I add those I'm actually going to use a second zip tie. So it's really simple. You just kind of start arranging things the way you want it, and then as you build the picks up, you use more and more zip ties. Actually, there's only 2 in the tree right now, and then I'll use a small piece of wire to secure the bow. So it's really not that much. After Christmas, when it's time to take the tree down, I just use some scissors to snip off the zip ties, and then the picks will come right out of the tree. You can find lots of YouTube videos on how to make bows. This is a super simple bow that I made. It's actually 2 bows. It's one burlap bow that has sparkling snowflakes on it, and then I put another one with cardinals on top of that one. They're both burlap, so it goes really good with those burlappy curly cues. I just wired that on with a little bit of wire, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna arrange the bow the way I like it, and it's done. It took me not too long, and it was super simple. What I'm doing right now is adding some tails. I thought it would be cute if it looked like there were tails coming off the bow cascading down the tree. So I just cut 2 different tails. They're not attached to the bow in any way. They're actually wired to one of the branches next to the bow and kind of hidden underneath it so you can't see. And it looks like they're kind of cascading off the tree. And that's it. Okay, the next tree that I'm going to do is a lot smaller. It's only about 5 or 6 feet tall, so I just need a little stool for this one. I'm going to be using a red curly Q pick that has a lot of glitter on it, and a piece of greenery that has some frosted snowy greenery on top with some pine cones and berries. And then I'm going to be using 2 ornament picks. They're picks that have ornaments on it. So I just find the center pole, bunch them all up together, and zip tie them on. It didn't take hardly any time at all. And now I'm just adding a bow. I did this bow really quickly out of glittery snowflakes, and I'm attaching it with some wire, the same as I did the other tree. It's a lot easier to work with a tree that's not so high up, that's for sure. I'm using my scissors to cut off some of the excess plastic from the zip tie, and it's complete as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I hope this inspires you to try something fun and different with your Christmas tree this year. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you share this video with all your friends. Hit the like button and then hit the bell so that you can be notified the next time I upload a video.